What's cracking, lads? We are here with our first live account trade review. Today we're going to go over our first trading day, which was Wednesday the 17th. We only made $11, but I considered that a good day because I had some discipline to walk away. It was a bit messy, and I was feeling a bit impatient after trying to wire money into my account for the first time ever, and dealing with you know getting ACH deposits refunded, getting them in time, trying to trade before the end of the week. I wanted to trade on the Monday, but I had some things to learn about deposit times and wiring and stuff. So on Wednesday, I'm so glad I got it in on Wednesday because technically it would have been till at least Thursday or Friday. But because of all that stuff, I think I was just kind of being impatient. I took 4 trades and 3 of them were pretty bad. So that kind of told me I'm going to walk away break even because that's kind of a win on my part, right? So going into our replay here, this is 8 a.m. So leading up to this, to market open, checking out the news, there is only orange folders around 9:30 up to 9:30 really. So 8:30, 9:15, 9:35. Pretty much as long as I take a trade after 9:35, I should be alright. But looking at the action, so we can recognize that our pump upwards has finally ended, right? So starting from all the way down here, this endless run up, all these sell sides will eventually be taken. But in terms of today, we have started to form a sell side. Uh, a market maker sell model. So finally, our run up has ended, and now it's time to rebalance back down. And, Monday and Tuesday, I'm kind of glad I missed, actually. Tuesday, I'm kind of sad I missed because it looked like a good day to trade. But Mondays are always really bad for me, and they're rough for me to deal with. So, kind of glad I missed that Monday. I have some leftover charting things here that I don't really think matter anymore. But I will leave those 15 minutes on just because I can. The 1 hour is just a bit too generic for me, though. And we have here a retracement. I was making sure that we're actually retracing into discount if we're going to pump lower, and we did more than expected, actually, because I thought this was it. So, again, that's why I'm glad I didn't trade Monday, because I probably would have been faked out. No SMT there, though. I did leave the 15-minute buy side there, though, saying that this is the 1 hour and the 1 day. I don't think we're coming to get these anytime soon. Again, just proving to me that we're kind of in a bearish market now. And here you can see that we did have a small SMT. So this is why I was kind of sad about not trading Tuesday, because if I had seen this SMT and our retracement and everything and leaving the buy side, I think I would have been definitely geared towards thinking we're going to go towards the sell side. But unfortunately, I wasn't there. So we're just going to get our SMT drawn on this one here. Oh, the SMT is actually down here. So I guess it's a double. I mean, would you even consider that double SMT? I would, just because it's saying the same thing essentially. We're disconnecting. ES is going higher, NQ is going lower. It's a clear sign of desyncing, and it tells me that we're definitely going to be pumping low any minute now, right? So there we go. Anyways, after this, we just kind of have a drop down slowly through the night session. During the day session, it seemed a bit choppy, but still did what it wanted to do. So now here we have some fair value gaps, the 1 hour, some smaller time frame ones as well. I don't think that really matters, honestly. Maybe this 15-minute is the most relevant one, so I'll leave this one. But as you can tell, we're not even coming back close to it. We are ready to pump downwards. So what am I looking for now is, waiting for market open, waiting for those news to pass, seeing what happened at 8:30. Nothing really, I don't think. We're not there yet, so let's see. Yeah, 8:30 passes, nothing really changes. So we're kind of just getting ready to get into a trade here. Or getting ready to see the action of the day, not get into a trade, I'm sorry. But we want to drop down to the 5 minute now. As you can tell, this is kind of the same thing that's happening today. And that's kind of why I just decided to make a video, because we were pumping down so much through the morning session that there's really nothing that I can do. Like, I'm either going to wait for the retracement into discount, or I'm just going to do nothing, because I'm not going to try to take the retracement trade back up because it could just easily reject back down again. And at the same time, I don't know how much lower we're going to pump. So what can I do? So Market opens just like today's, just like literally is happening right now this week today. We just reject lower and lower, and it seems like there's no end to it. My trades were at 11:30 area. Okay, so 11:30 and then one more at 12 o'clock, right? So we're just going to basically jump this over to 11:30. As you can tell here, I'm writing down this 5-minute fair value gap. I guess the 1 minute is almost the same. Yeah, so really tomato, tomato. Um, this would be a nice trade to take if we reject off of this, but we don't. So I'm not going to take a rejection straight into the 5-minute fair value gap, ignoring discount, because to me that's just too risky. Unless I should have adjusted my retracement to be down here. Actually, I think that would be more appropriate, and then this may have seemed like a better trade. But again, I'd probably want to get it at the overlap here, so I think I would have missed it one way or another. I did note this SMT here. That is good to see, confirming we are definitely bearish. All right, so we retraced somewhat to discount, and 11:30 is not come around yet, but we did miss a trade there. Not very upset about that. I'm assuming we're going to set another low there based on my retracement. So we do. Right, so what am I looking for now? I'm definitely looking for a retracement. Right, and this should have been my first trade, right? If we set the bar back here a little bit, you can tell here this is the retracement. Now we come back down, make a new leg. This is some manipulation here. So if I want us to go back lower, I'm expecting the manipulation to be like this, and then we can reject back lower, right? So how far up do we expect to manipulate? Probably into this fair value gap. Now, which fair value gap is this? This is a 1 minute. This is probably a 5 minute. Yeah, this is a 5 minute. I don't care about that. I only want the premium ones, right? The ones that really give me a good chance of getting in. So if I wanted to take a short here, I would do something like this old support, probably good resistance now. This is a really big fair value gap, but again, we are so bearish. I think that's appropriate to assume that we're not going to go all the way to the end. If anything, just to the 0.76 is pretty good. And then we can target this low and adjust appropriately. So that seems like good risk to reward. Could justify me moving this up to maybe $15. So let's see if this would work. So if we got in right here, looks like we're reaching back down to that low. And we do hit our take profit, right? So how come this trade worked and the trade we actually did didn't work? Let's find out, right? So looking right here, we did it at 11:28 for 2 minutes and a short, right? And risking $13. So 11:28 is right here. I see. It's because I did it a minute before, so 11:28 is over here, right? So if I just literally waited one more minute, this trade would have been golden. And if anything, the risk to reward would have been actually even cleaner. So I think that might have just been a mistiming, impatience issue. Again, something I need to work more on. Just waiting for the right time to come back in, because as I said, this is manipulation. This is the accumulation. This is the manipulation. So our distribution should be down here. There's no reason I'd want to take a trade within our manipulation area, our accumulation area. Sorry, we want to take it in the manipulation area. This is a much better time to take a trade. I think I might have just flat out missed it, and I felt some fear of missing out. Once 11:30 comes around, which is right here, I'm in the trade, but then I quick stop myself. So this is a problem with confidence for sure. I'm scared that it's going to go back the other way, so that is definitely a problem on my part, because I am paying every single time I'm taking the trade. So I cannot be getting in a trade here and then assuming, oh, it's going to go wrong. So let's just... Sorry about that, guys. I accidentally tried using the 15-second chart like I would real time, but I don't have the data for this day. So just going back to what I was saying, we want to get in not during the accumulation area. We want to get in on that manipulation, because it basically guarantees that our risk will not be touched. We're going to have clean displacement, higher take profit, If we're getting in here, it's not that bad because we are getting some extra confirmation that we're going to push lower. We have a nice leg. We could even look at a nice little retracement here. It does go into deep into discount. This fair value gap will hold. The reason why I messed up on 1128 is because I was assuming that this fair value gap was going to hold. Again, not the premium one. So something I need to work on is just not caring about the non-premium discounts, because most of the time, non-premium displacements, non-premium discounts, because most of the time they're all going to get disrespected when the market wants to move aggressively. So this would be the right fair value gap to trade off of. That would have been the right entry for this smaller trade at 1129, but I did it a minute early and my confidence was hurt after missing it. And so when I actually had the right trade at 11:30, I quick stopped myself. So I recognized this. I wrote it down. I said I'm going to come back in the PM, try to take one more trade, and if it doesn't work, then we're done for the day, right? So I'm recognizing my conditions on the day, which is something I like doing on my part. So 11:34 as well. I just want you to see. Um, I quick stopped myself once again, even though I had some more confirmation that we could have been in the trade. I got scared seeing this going up $3.75, which really is nothing at all. That's basically doing that. So it's just no reason. Oh, whoops. Oh my goodness. So there's just, anyways, like I was saying, there's just no reason to be doing stuff like that. It's so, it's like disrespecting my own work because I'm not trusting my own bias. I'm not trusting my own trades. No reason to do this. Even this would have worked. I mean, considering that the risk would have been a little higher, yeah. But if I did $14 risk like this, even at 11:34, I still had a good opportunity to make money. So I was truly just mad at myself for making such silly mistakes that I know that if I took this trade now, I would have gotten the right entry, I would have gotten the right take profit, everything would have been golden. And that's probably why I wrote this line here. Um, just another entry I was trying to wait for that was not going to come to me. So I got a little desperate at this point. So I missed opportunity on a really solid trade. So I'm just going to leave that right here. Just for reference, this was really our best trade of the day to take early at anyway. So again, the $15 risk, it was just above here, like 147-ish, and then we take our take profit like that. That would have worked out beautifully. Unfortunately, I didn't take it, so moving on. Now our next trade was at 1207, which might be that one, probably not. Yeah, it is. So made some small bucks here. Let's see what context we have for this trade. So after our manipulation up and our distribution down, this is complete, right? So this whole model is complete. So what are we looking for now? Now we can just consider this as a leg, look for some retracement, get back in on a good opportunity. I think that's what I was looking for here. All right, another quick little break there. I was having disgusting issues with switching time frames and it, not being in the right spot. So like I was saying, looking for another opportunity now that we have a nice leg downwards, looking for some retracement. Kind of difficult as you can tell at first glance because we do go down quite a bit. So our retracement will have to be pretty good considering this is the highest we can consider and this is the lowest we can go. Discount is not even touched in. So I was trying to take a trade there, but I was just unable to because I can't force a trade. I want to see it come into discount. There's no chance I'm doing it before then. This is probably a 15-second fair value up as well, so really we just had no chance of getting in there. Trying to see ES here for SMTs and whatnot. I need to be more careful about making my SMTs as well because lately I have been kind of sloppy with it. See, no SMT here, no SMT here. I'm assuming that this is an SMT. It could be, but at the same time, it's kind of a stretch. We got to check on the 5 minute because the 5 minute is where we can really confirm them. See, this doesn't count because this is not in. If it doesn't work on the 5 minute, then I'm not considering it. That's essentially like my number one rule with the SMTs now, right? So that smaller one does work, but again, what does it mean when it's a smaller one instead of one that big? It just means that we're only going to take this internal low likely, right? This one is a little less likely unless the SMT spanned more time, but because it didn't, see, you could consider it like this, but you're running the risk of you being wrong, right? Because if you actually do the 5 minute, they're both going to be higher up. So that is the issue with the SMT. So I would only really want to consider this one. So I can guarantee myself that this low will be taken, right? So again, though, that's not a bad news because if this low gets taken, if we're bearish anyways, we could still take this low. It's just paying attention to what the SMT is truly telling you instead of hoping that it's going to do what you want it to do, right? So you can only use the SMTs to confirm everything else that you want, that you're observing, right? You can't just, slap it on anywhere. And I think here I just have way too many fair value gaps written down. So I'm just going to do myself a favor and delete all of these. Because what I'm looking for now is we go into discount, we didn't, right? We touch in here and we reject. So what can we look to see now? I think now that we have rejected lower than discount, I'm looking to get in after some kind of accumulation, right? Because this would be some small version of manipulation, I guess. If I'm looking at the 15-second, which I know I was in this moment because I'm looking for a small little scalp, right? So at 12:07, which is right here, I can assume we got in at 75, set our risk up just above this manipulation wick, right? Seeing that ES is pushing lower at 12:07-ish, we can assume that NQ will follow closely behind, and we can set our risk right here, a nice safe take profit at the low here. So I didn't get the premium trade, but I did get in on a little scalp using the 15 seconds. So I did like it enough to end the day because I just wanted something to walk away with. I wanted to prove myself that I could even take a little scalp without being, second guessing my trade. If this trade had gone sideways, so be it. I just wanted to have some commitment to a trade, and I think I did that pretty well. So I walked away with $11 on the day, and I said, okay, we're fine, right? So just looking at the rest of the day here, it's already lunchtime, right, at this point, so I don't really want to take any trades. As you can tell, there's not really much to take either. Going to the 5-minute, we had the leg up and then back down. Let's see, we could have had a retracement move, maybe. It does come in, but, it depends if we have a good fair value gap there. We do. So this could have been a good trade to take, but again, like I said, I was done for the day because I didn't want to keep testing my luck. In terms of this trade, seeing it tap in there is pretty good. Seeing it tap twice, I'm going to be looking for an SMT. So I do kind of see one here. I want to check on the 5-minute though, make sure this is correct. But so far, I kind of like the way it looks. Check on the 5-minute. Yep, that does count as a 5-minute SMT, I would say. Using this one actually though. So yeah, that looks good to me. This would be a really good trade to get in on if I set my buy-in to maybe just under it, because I'm probably not banking on it going over it, but I'm probably pretty safe with that happening. I wouldn't want to go above 9. This is kind of a 9 to 27 situation here. Seeing it go above here would be kind of unreasonable, so no need for me to set my risk super high, meaning my take profit is going to look good. So sitting that low. Yep, 9 to 29, so looking pretty nice, and I think that trade would have worked out really beautifully. So that's another opportunity there to take. Again, going back to the 5-minute, because when the action is choppy, it's best to use the 5-minute. Any more kinds of movement? Now we're getting into lunchtime, so there's no need to take any more trades until after 1:30. So as you can tell, we're kind of working our way up. This would be maybe an opportunity to take a long, but again, we're bearish bias for the day, so I don't need to be doing that at all. I do see a nice SMT though, so it is some confluence, but again, this is lunchtime, so I'm not taking a trade during then. Maybe after lunch is over, let's select the bar over here so we're not cheating. What am I looking for, right? Higher highs, higher lows. So it's really important that ES does the same here, though, because if ES doesn't do the same, then I have no confidence in this trade, right? Because we're going up higher here, but ES is not. So it's really important that I see ES do that, and it doesn't. So if anything, this is just yet another SMT. When I see SMT after SMT after SMT, I don't like it. I like seeing the major ones, better confluence, better decision making. This is just kind of messy. So there's really nothing for me to take here. Again, choppy, higher high, higher low. We were just, ES isn't really doing that though. So, 2 o'clock comes around, we're just taking too long to make a higher high, right? So this, you can just tell this is choppy action, and it's fine. That's right. There's nothing going on here. Let's just play the rest of the action though, see if anything does happen. We're just setting a lot of lows, setting a lot of highs. This is pure accumulation, so there's nothing here. Market closes, that's it. So that is everything I have for you today on this day. I'm glad that I finished a little early, even though I missed out on uh, one other pretty solid opportunity. I think finishing break even here when I was having a issue with confidence works for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, got something out of it. Leave a like or comment if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one.